Hey,
we're in the winning business. If you ain't winning, you ain't got no damn business in here.
Woo! One love, baby.
Yeah!
What's going on, y'all? It is Pizzle. Little All-22 stream action tonight. You know, before I get started with this, I want to share something before we get started. The Giants are 7-2. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the best start we've had first 9 games of the season since 2008. I want to say I'm somewhat right about that, give or take, right? I did, Carlos. It was excellent. Give or take. I think this is the best start we've had since 2008 in terms of a 9-game start. I was on YouTube in 2008. And I'm going to tell you, the Giant fans that were on YouTube in 2008 were acting fucking crazy. They were going nuts and they didn't give a shit, and they told you what the hell the Giants were going to do. Fast forward to 2022, the shit that I see on YouTube and the content that I'm seeing created, it's like hardly anybody wants to take the Giants seriously, even the own Giants content creators. It's like they're scared to be excited about being 7-2 and talking a little shit to these Eagle fans and these Cowboy fans. And I got news for you. When you watch these All-22 streams, which we're going to do tonight against the Texans, you're going to see a good football team. I'm telling you, it's a good football. Is it a Super Bowl, a champion football team? Nobody's saying that, but I'm telling you, this team can compete. So, anyways, let's get into it. Let's start this. Let's have a little bit of fun. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday night. Running this a little late tonight. Thought I'd just mix it up. I know that, everyone's still talking down about the Giants, man. And I don't understand. Nobody taking the Giants serious, and that's fine. I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. I had to expose one guy out here, Alex Wilson, today on Twitter. Holy shit, what a geek. Excellent play from Kayvon right here. Getting his hands up, affecting this pass. Watch him right here. Love it. Excellent play by him. Feels like he's getting better each and every single week. I mean, when the Giants defense stops the run, they're nasty. The Giants defense is nasty when they can stop the run. When they've played in games where they couldn't stop the run, they struggled. And here's something that we're finally starting to see now from this Giants defense is starting to create sacks. Dexter Lawrence is playing out of this world. He's playing. He is a Pro Bowler. I mean, it's unfair to be that big and to be able to move the way he moves. It's just unfair. He's a monster. Literally a monster. And it's really great to see a guy like him, who the Giants obviously took high in the draft, see him out here making plays. So Dory Jackson's now returning kicks or returning punts. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just kind of ho-hum about it. It'd be nice if the Giants had a an electric returner, whether it be punt returns and kick returns, but they went with the more safer route this week instead of Richie James. But yeah, so here's the first drive for the Giants offense. Saquon, who had a very good game on Sunday. This was a much better game than the previous game against Seattle. And it was really frustrating because Seattle, they didn't have a great run defense, and so it kind of was weird to see Saquon kind of get stopped in that game, but came back and did his thing, man. He's just running so. I love the way he attacks these holes right here. I mean, this is a great angle. Not a lot of dancing, just hitting the holes. Feliciano, boom. I mean, love that. I mean, boys are playing well, man. Wandale really starting to come into form in his rookie campaign. Daniel Jones damn near perfect on Sunday. And it's so sad to me that there's still Giants content creators that have not fully bought into Daniel Jones. And I'm like, I saw one, and I'm not going to expose who said it, but I saw one content creator the other day say, "Oh, well, I think Daniel Jones deserves at least one more year." What? Try about at least 5 more years. How many more times is this? Now, look, are these passes right here? These amazing throws. But I'm telling you, I don't think the Giants are 7-2 without Daniel Jones. That's reality. That's facts. Yeah, the Giants offense, I will say, Omega has definitely been lacking Bellinger. Definitely, definitely been lacking Bellinger. It'd be nice to get him back. Really nice play by the Texans there. My understanding, Bellinger's going to come back. He's going to wear a visor. Honestly, I don't know why guys don't wear. I don't know why more guys in the league don't wear visors. And I'm not talking about just a dark visor, but like at least a clear visor. Obviously, what happened to Bellinger, probably a freak thing, but I bet he will definitely for the rest of his career wear a visor. I don't like this. I'm going to tell you, I don't like this heavy. I know the Giants went with this a lot this game, and I personally don't think that, looking back, watching this game over, I don't think the Giants really wanted to show a whole lot offensively in this game. There's some really important games coming up. For example, the NFC East games. Look at this. I mean, this is my guy right here. This is my boy. I mean, oh man, imagine doubting Darius Slayton and Daniel Jones this season and then watching these two absolutely just dunk on you. Oh, you can't catch, you can't run routes. Makes a man miss. Still going, still going. I mean, what the fuck do you want? What else do you want? Anyways, I don't think the Giants were very flashy this Sunday on purpose. I think they realized they had a game plan that they knew they could get by and beat the Texans. And you've got some really important games coming up, against the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Eagles. And you don't want to give away some of your best stuff. And so to me, when the Giants went very heavy here, for example, in this particular play, I don't think they had a ton of success with it. Even that play right there, not a ton of success. But I don't think this is something that you're going to see for the rest of the year. I think the Giants are going to when they get into these really key games in December, I think you're going to see them spread it out. That doesn't mean they're going to throw it more. Not necessarily that. They're just going to spread the field out and give Saquon some more running room. Good to see one of the new cats come out here, get him a TD. It's sad that the Giants have to rely on guys that they weren't planning on relying on in the training camp. But unfortunately, we've had some guys let us down, haven't we? Kadarius Toney let us down. Kenny Galladay's let us down. Not fair to say Bellinger let us down. He got hurt. But it's good to see guys come in, get an opportunity, even like a guy like Darius Slayton, get an opportunity and succeed. As far as what contract Daniel, I don't know. I don't know. For me, I think Daniel Jones deserves at least a 5-year deal. And that's just the way I'm not one of these 10-year deal guys anyways, even if he was the best quarterback in the league. I never like what a play by great play by Leonard Williams here. I never like seeing a player have this huge contract, even in baseball. Like I just think it's silly to sign up a guy for that long. Leonard Williams, just a beast, absolute beast. And by the way, you're seeing a lot of guys that were picked up by Dave Gettleman just dominate this game on Sunday. Appreciate you guys joining me. What's going on, James? What's going on, Jamil? Secondary guys, Monroe, Jackson. I mean, all these guys, they tackle so well. Say it each and every week. They tackle so well. They make plays. I've even seen guys talk about fixing this CB2 spot in the offseason. And I'm like, man, what else do you want from the second cornerback? I mean, look how well this guy has played this year. How well Fabian has played. I don't understand why people in today's content creator can't understand. You reward guys that don't have to have a big name, but if a guy comes in, no matter if he has a big name or not, but if he goes out there and balls out, helps your team win games, you reward those guys. Like, who gives a shit what his name is? If the guy is out there playing his ass off, even if he's a household name or not, why would you why is James Bradbury why does his name even come up? We haven't even been getting killed at cornerback all year. Why does his name even register in some people's mouths? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, okay, cool. He's playing good in Philly. What does that got to do with the Giants? You know what's something that they don't talk about a lot? A lot of people, you know how hard it is to throw on the run? It's one thing to sit in the pocket and just stand there, but to be able to throw on the run, and Daniel has to do it so much. The footwork, the ball placement, the trajectory, the speed of the ball. I mean, there's so much more you got to do when you have to throw it on the run. Daniel picking up the yards with his feet. Let's look at this O-line play here. Oh, nice. Stepped up in the pocket. You definitely would like to see our guards, some guard play, interior offensive line improve. You'd like to see that improve. Nothing, maybe there can be some improvement as the season goes on. Get some guys back, get some guys healthy. But that's one thing for sure in the offseason I think the Giants have to improve on. Adam Belton, we'll see as we go on here. I don't think he played a clean game, but he is a rookie. I think he made some rookie mistakes in this game, but I've honestly felt like he's played better his rookie year than he did in his last year at Iowa. I really believe that, man. And his last year at Iowa, he was a good player, but he was known to get burnt, from time to time. And I haven't seen him give up crazy plays. He's been a solid. Guys like him, as much as we love to bitch about Kenny Golladay, and don't get me wrong, it's fun to complain, right, about somebody, but there are so many stories on this Giants team, and Belton is one of them, that is such a great success story that I wish we'd focus on more of the success stories rather than all the negatives. Truth be told, I wish we focused more on those things. See, like the Giants, they don't just they just fundamentally tackle well. Like Jackson, dude would give up big plays for the Titans. He'd do it all the damn time. But the Giants, man, heads his man up right there, gets him, has him heading towards the sideline, uses the sideline to his advantage. They get nothing on a third and long, and they got a punt. And if he has that one missed tackle there, that's a first down for the Texans. And it's just the little things like that, and this punt return and stuff. I don't know, man. I saw some people talk about, is this Jason Sehorn again? And I'm like, nah, this ain't the same thing. This ain't the same. Sehorn thought he could do something like that. Adoree actually has that experience. I still don't want Adoree in this spot, though. He's playing so good at cornerback that having a punt return situation like that does risk some type of injury. And we don't need him to go down. We really don't. I think he's too valuable at that spot right now. Here's one of only 4 incompletions for the Giants for Daniel Jones on Sunday. And it's a tough play to convert. Man's right in his face, but he still hits him right in the hands. Probably a little bit too much mustard on it. But still, it's like, yeah, it's an incomplete pass, but man, hit him in the hands. I agree. I don't love the idea of Adoree punt returning. Here's a nice pocket for Daniel. Maybe he has Wandell up top here, but he settles for the underneath to Hodgins. You'll see Wandell right there. Maybe he's got Wandell. He hits that hole right there. So, as long as he picks up positive gains, he doesn't have to hit the home run every single time. To me. I don't know if Brightwell, I don't know about Brightwell punts. I don't even love Brightwell at kick returns, but obviously Saquon picks up a first down right here, but this is all offensive line right here, just creating this wall. This Feliciano out there, Thomas out there, just bodies, just moving bodies. Bodies moving bodies. And look, as much as I love Daniel Jones, as much as I'd love to see Darius Slayton score more touchdowns, in order to win late in December and in January, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to run the football. Saquon is relatively healthy, right? Relatively healthy. We got to use him. We got to use him while he's healthy. And when the offensive line's got to play well. Look at this. I love what Daniel does here. Obviously, he picks up yards, but look at the space that he creates from the Texans player. Using his athleticism and speed. Look at the space that he creates. He's not a playmaker, though, is he? He's not a playmaker at all. Not a playmaker at all. I mean, I'll give he gets one more year, and then you got to prove it to me. You got to prove it to me. You got to prove it to me. You got to prove. Shut up. Go prove it to your mom, geek. Here's another jumbo set for the Giants. And again, they don't, Gates, of course, the jumbo sets are very, very old school to me. And I could see the effectiveness of it. And look, the Giants definitely ran the ball more than they threw it in this game. And I really think that was on purpose for conservative purposes. Not because they didn't trust Daniel or anything like that. I just don't think that they wanted to get really exotic with their game plan against the Texans. Not saying that they took the Texans lightly by any means. I just don't. I think the Giants, this coaching staff has shown, obviously there was a flag on the play that resulted the Giants having to do a punt. This coaching staff has shown creativity with their offensive playbook. They really have. And I know some people were dogging Kafka on Sunday for his play calling. And Dable and them, and they've shown creativity. They've created things with this roster, right, and done good things with this offense. And to me, when you have these monster games coming up a chance to win the division. You literally control your own destiny. Why are you going to air out some of your best work, your best plays, your most creative stuff against the Houston fucking Texans? Right? That's why I don't sit here and lose my mind if Kafka doesn't have this great game calling game like some of these geeks do. Or if they don't air it out, like just get through this game, win the ball game, move on to the next one. Because the next ones are, as they go on, they get bigger and bigger. You can beat this Texans team doing what you did on Sunday. You proved it. That's what I've loved about this Giants team this year compared to the Joe Judge years and even some part of the Pat Shermer years. What I've loved about this Giants team is this coaching staff is coming to each and every game from the Titans game all the way to the Texans game with a game plan each and every game, right? Couple like highlighted ones, really nice run here from Pierce. Look at the speed of Julian Love here. I mean, this is why Julian Love is getting the praise that he's getting right here. Of course, that's all because of linebacker play. Smith right there just not filling his gap and looks and Love cleans it up. Jamie McKinney's been in that role a lot this year, cleaning those things up. But to finish my thought, what I was trying to get to was, you control your own destiny. And some of these games are going to be super important, and you're going to need to get flashy in order to beat some of these teams, right? The Eagles are good. I don't care what happened last night. Like, they're still good offensively. They got some weapons. The Cowboys can be good offensively at times. The Commanders are starting to get that mojo cooking for them, right? To me, this coaching staff for the Giants has game plans. And like I said, some of the highlighted ones is like the Cowboy game. They did a hurry up offense that whole game. Granted, that game didn't go great for us and we lost, but that was the game plan. They wanted to try to hurry up, keep, wear the Cowboys defense down. Really nice play by Dory Jackson here. Look at the front. Look at what Martindale's doing with his guys. Belton's in the box. Here they come. You got Kayvon dropping back. Adory's in his shit right as soon as he touches the ball. I mean, just I love our coaches. I love Martindale. I love Kafka. I love Dable. I love this coaching staff. They've brought so much creativity to this team. And this team is not only playing well on the field, tackling well, not turning the ball over a lot, but they're coaching well too. They really are. Dude, that's what I'm saying, Omega. And I don't know how many content creators are probably telling you that. I don't know if any of them are. I certainly haven't heard it, but I really believe that. I believe the Giants did not show much in this game on purpose. And again, I don't think they took this team lightly. That's not what I'm suggesting. I just feel like look at this this jumbo set here. They've got an over to the right, and they run to their weak side of this. Look, everybody's on to Saquon's right, and he's going to go to the left here. Oh no, absolutely, Carl. That's what good coaches do. And see, this is stuff that I think the Giants are going to do right here. This is a play that I could see the Giants doing more. You're in shotgun. You got a couple more. It's not a jumbo set situation, right? Move a man in motion. Move him again. Little trickery there. And you saw the Texans linebacker fall for it, which created another man out of the box that to go against Saquon. It's a great play. That's the type of play I could see moving forward. Yeah, and here's the thing, Jamil, like, this is what the problem is with a lot of people now is they want this blowout. They want this high-powered offense. Dude, if you need to be vanilla to get by this weekend, I'm okay with that nice cut. Nice little juke there by Saquon. If you got to do that, man, I'm all for that. Yeah, don't show your cards. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, look at these plays. Tell me I'm wrong. Look at these jumbo sets. Just wearing this team down, old school football right here. Another jumbo set right here. Look at this. I mean, you got O lineman on top of O lineman. Here, bring in Breida with some fresh legs. Go right down their fucking throat. Look at that. Look at like got them all scanned out across the field, coming right down your throat. Nothing fancy about that, man. Nothing fancy about it. Just hard-nosed football. It ain't gonna be pretty. Here's something with Wandale in the backfield. This is some creativity right here. Now, Wandale's terrible play by him. He's thinking he's back in the SEC at Kentucky, running around in circles. But this type of play here, now you're showing other teams a little something, right? You're showing Wandale, we're willing to hand it off. Now, it wasn't a great play, and this is a learning lesson for Wandale, but this is a completely different thing in a jumbo package set, right? You're throwing the Texans defense a lot of different looks. And then here we go. We're going back to our kind of original thing here, except it's a draw. And I know a lot of Giant fans were pissed about that play right there. But again, keeping the Texans honest. It was blocked well. It just had to beat one man. And here's a really third and long situation. Brings a lot of, Texans bring some heat here. O-line collapse. See them all standing up right there. So they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They brought 7 guys there. I mean, they just brought more guys than the Giants could block there. And the Giants ultimately had to sit up for a punt. So, that was a drive that, they were doing some good things. They were getting it down there. And then ultimately they just got silly the last 2 plays. The last 2 plays of that drive was terrible, right? They were doing so good, and those last 2 plays just were awful. Not good. The crazy thing about this game is Dave Mills here for the Texans, a quarterback for the Texans. He threw for over 300 yards, but he had to have one of the worst 300-yard performances ever. It wasn't flashy at all. I was shocked that he threw for over 300 yards in this game. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. And there's Adoree Jackson doing what he's been doing all year long. As soon as the guy catches it, he's in that ass. Boom. Man doesn't even get his feet on the ground before he's all in it. Got a little lucky here. This could have been a bigger play than it was. Darnay Holmes just fighting through that block, refusing to give in, makes the play. And again, just good to see the Giants have some pressure, right? I mean, just having the Giants. I mean, look at fucking Dexter Lawrence, dude. Did you see that? Just once that guy gets going, once he really gets moving, you're not stopping him, man. Guy's a freak. Guy's a freak. It really is. I'm going to say this. It really is. It really bums me out about at times that Dave Gettleman didn't get the credit for some of these picks. I got to be honest. It kind of bums me out. He made a lot of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. Made a lot of mistakes. And I'm not saying he didn't deserve some criticism. But some of these dudes, some of these cats out here playing for the Giants, most notably a lot of the young cats, like he hit some home runs with them. I mean, some big time home runs. And everyone said he was terrible. He was garbage. He was this and that. They just needed coaching, man. Really nice play by Kayvon right here. On a third down situation. This is all Kayvon right here. Boom. Nice. And so I just I hope I hope that Dave Gettleman, you know, I don't know how much of the Giants he's watched this year. Maybe he's watched every game. Maybe he don't. Maybe he hasn't watched any of them. Right? Who knows? But I hope that I hope he takes some type of, I don't know, just some type of happiness from some of the guys that he brought on the team that are really succeeding. You know, and again, I don't know if he's watched. I don't know if he even cares. But you know, that's in no, not really, Chris. I mean, not entirely, Chris Fry. And again, it depends on not great by Phillips there. Depends on what your opinion is of some players, right? Because I think Darius Slayton is awesome. That's a 5th round pick. I think Tay Crowder has given us some good moments. That's a 7th round pick. Obviously, McKinney's second. And then obviously he created the trade that got where we were able to draft both Kayvon and Evan Neal, right? He obviously didn't get both those picks, but he got one of them. Look, I understand Crowder got benched, and look, I like Michael McFadden. I understand that, but I'm saying we've got some use out of a guy who's a 7th-round pick. Some 7th-round picks don't even make the fucking team. Yeah, Julian Love, a 4th-rounder. Some 7th-round picks don't even make teams. So it's like the fact that you've gotten what you've gotten out of Tay Crowder now is pretty damn remarkable. Not to mention the Daniel Jones, when it could have went really any way, was a nice deal. Really was. Oh, and yeah, I mean Leonard Williams this year has been, when he's been healthy, he's been really good. Obviously, he gets added a little bit of injuries. I got to get focused. I got too caught up in Dave Gettleman. I just feel bad for him. That's all. That's all. My boy right there, Darius Slayton, making plays. Nice block pick up there. And this is so fucking frustrating because Saquon makes a great, watch Saquon right here, this block. Watch Saquon saves the day right there with that block, and then fucking Kenny G can't catch that damn ball, move the chains. You have one guy makes a great play, and then the other one makes a shit play. Oh, listen. If anybody watches the Giants Outsiders podcast, tomorrow is going to be absolute fireworks. It's going to be absolute damn fireworks tomorrow night. Fist better bring a lunch pail. That's all I got to say. He better bring a damn hard hat and a lunch pail. He better bring it. It's stuff like that, Chappie, that, I look, I love the flashy run plays, right? But I want a running back that can do it all. I want a running back that can do it all. And it's stuff like that that really I love about Barkley. He better be, Omega. He better be. And see, I don't even see where Mills got his 300 yards. I mean, you're just watching this game, like, where did he get these 300 yards? Nice pressure outside the pocket there for the Giants defense. Comes some pressure, and they went to the opposite side that the blitz was coming from, and the Giants just wasn't ready for it. And this is a good play call by the Texans here. They've got numbers in this situation. O'Shane drops out, gets blocked there. got us, outplayed us there. Ooh. Watch Belton right here. Watch Belton. And look where he's playing. He's basically in the damn box. Oh, man, he almost had a pick right there. Oh, man, he almost had a pick. Oh, man, that was close. That was it. They 100% will, Christopher. They will 100%. But listen, John's offense and as far as the receiver position goes, it has a future with Darius Slayton in it. I got news for you. You don't have a guy take a pay cut, go out there and ball out, give great effort, and then move on from that guy. You don't do that. You do not do that. Because what are you saying? What are you saying to your team? Look, we'll talk. We will. I'm sure Fisk and I will talk about OBJ. I'm expecting OBJ to sign at any moment with any. I know the news came out that it's between the Cowboys and the Giants. I we'll see. I think it's probably already somewhat of a done deal. Dexter Lawrence just causing absolute fucking chaos there. But whatever happens. I'm not. I never thought that OBJ would be a New York Giant again. So the idea of all this happening again is kind of surreal. Surreal to me. Sorry. Clearly, I'm in concussion protocol because I'm slurring my words. So it's crazy to even think about. But if it happens, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. I just hope that it doesn't bring nice pocket from Jones, who looks off his man, finds his tight end Hudson. Love when he goes into progressions here. Watch this. Watch this right here. He wants to hit something else. This first read says, "No, I got this guy right here. Boom, wide open. Love it." And maybe he pump faked that first one. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he pump faked it. But again, if OBJ lands with the Cowboys, there's even more reason for me to hate him. But the idea of him coming home to the Giants, I don't know if it would be a distraction. I don't know what it would be. I have no idea. I don't think that the OBJ of 2022 is going to have the same impact that the Odell in 2023 will have. I think if you're signing Odell, offensive line just completely breaks down here and gets Daniel sacked. If you're signing Odell, you're signing him to have an impact for your team in 2023. And the only reason I think that it makes sense to the Giants is obviously that was the end of the first half. The only reason I think Odell actually makes sense to the Giants is because the Giants need a number one receiver. As much as I love Darius Slayton, and I don't even know if OBJ is the number one receiver anymore, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. None of us do. But if the Giants clearly need a number one receiver. And I like the idea of Odell being a number one receiver than to drafting a rookie and expecting him to be a savior and a number one receiver in this offense. So that to me is the reason why OBJ makes sense. And then you can still draft somebody and have him basically setting either right behind OBJ or whoever, coming up along the ranks. Look, and saying that, Christopher, if you think OBJ is a number two, and I'm not saying you're wrong, great play by Saquon here. Let me look at this real fast before I kind of continue on OBJ. We're going right behind Andrew Thomas here. As Feliciano gets out there. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, them guys get moving. But, anyways, you can live in a world where you have a couple number twos, you know, and have a successful offense. You get a combination of OBJ, Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, who knows what else. You can work with that because if you have Saquon, you want him to be the feature back anyways. So, look, I think OBJ coming in is going to help my boy Darius Slayton. So, I mean, I say whatever at this point. What's up, Pizzle? Couldn't get out there. So, I mean, that's the way I look at it. Here it is. I mean, watch. First of all, let's go through this as fast as we can. Daniel just pressure in his face, finds Batman out here, Darius Slayton, and big play Slate. I mean, come on, dude. I can't believe people doubted this dude. I can't fucking believe it, man. I just can't believe it. It's nuts to me. I don't know how in the hell you can say you love New York Giants football and not love you some Darius Slayton. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Never will ever make sense to me. It'll be the biggest mystery that I'll ever face as a Giants fan going forward is how a guy can be drafted in the 5th round, give you everything you got, and you're like, fuck that guy, because he dropped one big pass against Washington that was a very, very tough catch to make. Very, very tough catch. Guy wasn't even supposed to be in that position in the first place to even try to make that play. Should have been other guys. So, just love him doing what he did on Sunday, man. I don't know what that says about you, Frank. It's actually a nice play by the Texans. Hey, again, listen to the Giants Outsiders podcast tomorrow. Me and Fist might. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's actually a nice play by Mills right there. Got a man in his face. I just don't. Our linebacking play is just not the best. Fox, who's been great. I mean, Smith can't get. We just lack speed as our linebackers. We really do. We lack speed. It's Nash. This is just NFL Plus. That's all it is. Just go to NFL.com, hit the NFL Plus, and they give you 3 different versions. They give you the full game broadcast. They give you a condensed replay, and they give you the all-22 stream. It's only like I think it costs me maybe like $11-12 a month. Like, it's not even that bad. Really nice play by Belton right there. Somebody mentioned about Belton. This is a nice tackle from him. And again, these are the plays that he was not making at Iowa. He just wasn't making these plays at Iowa. He was getting. This is nice. He was not making that play at Iowa in college. Oh, absolutely. So I really I enjoy watching this version of it, Nash. A lot of times what I've learned doing these all-22 streams is when I watch these games, and again, this is Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Running to those two guys is a non-win proposition for opposing teams. But what I've figured out about rewatching these games here is they're so much more enjoyable because when I'm watching this stuff live on TV or whether I'm at the game, whatever, it's just it's brutal because you don't even know what the hell's going on because you're just balls deep into rooting on your team. And then when you go back and you watch it, you can kind of evaluate things a little bit better and get your kind of formulated opinion a little bit better. Man, Fabian gets pushed off right here so bad. You're not going to see it from this angle, but this is a push off. I mean, look at that separation. Now he got pushed off bad there, man. I'm not even going to hold that against him. Yeah, I will say this, Carl. It does seem like there is some type of I don't know if the defense lacks, loses some aggressiveness, but it seems like when the Giants offense does well, the defense kind of gives in a little bit, and when the offense struggles, the defense locks it down. So they're kind of playing in unison, but you'd love to see, I'm not expecting the defense to have a great drive every time, right? But you'd like to see them shut some stuff down a little bit. And again, these games against the Cowboys guys, how big are these games coming up? Just around the corner. I'm a little bit worried about the Lions game. I'm not going to lie, because we have so many big games coming up after the Lions that you could easily just be like, man, fuck the Lions. Fuck them. Like, who gives a shit about the Lions? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could really just be like, man, we don't care about, we just want to get to that. We just want to get to that Cowboy game. We just want to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could see the human element in that. You could see the human element of not giving a damn about the Lions. So I'm a little bit nervous. I got to be honest, but man, these are the biggest games that the Giants have had in 10 fucking years, guys. Coming up around the corner. Like, do you understand? Like, Giant fans, and do you understand that you're talking about some of the biggest games the Giants have had in 10 years? It's crazy to me. It's crazy how excited I'm getting for him. Wandale, gonna need him big in these games, right? Need him to stay healthy. Need our boy Daniel. Like, we have so much. We have just and it's not just one game. It's multiple games. It's the Cowboy game. It's the 2 against Philly. Hell, the Commander games are getting big all of a sudden. Like, I mean, I and look, you guys see Pizzle. I mean, am I as fat as Mark Holmes or Michael Anthony? Where's the fitness? No, but Pizzle's got a little chunk to him, right? I, I like, I like to enjoy a steak here or there, right? I like to enjoy a sandwich. Really nice play by Saquon there. So, but my Thanksgiving's ruined because the Giants and Cowboys, there's only 2 ways that that's going to go. Either I'm going to eat in celebration or I'm going to be an emotional eater and be sad that day. And when I say emotional eating, like, I only want to eat just absolute junk because I'm sad. This is only one of 2 bad throws from Daniel in the game. Just completely missed Darius there. And look, and not to get into the Cowboys, but that game against the Vikings now just became so important because of what happened against Green Bay. I mean, Hodgins has been. I liked him. I had a great game, but look at this pocket from Daniel. He gets this great pocket, steps up, NFL throw right here. Steps up, fires right. I mean, come on, dude. That's an NFL throw. A lot of y'all make that throw look. Y'all make that act like that's easy. I've seen some quarterbacks that sell that rock. That's an INT. Oh, it's absolute. That Lions game is scary. I'm not. Let's make no bones about it. It's scary. Oh yeah. Can I just read your comment. It's gonna either be a good turkey day or a bad one. Yeah. It's there's no in between on that day. And it sucks too because I'm such a family man. I'm such a family man. And I can't be a family man. I can't be a family man when we're playing the Cowboys. I can't be a family man. I can be one the other 363 games, but not those two. Saquon right here. Feliciano had a really good when you go back and watch this all 20. Feliciano had a really good game, right? On Sunday. He had a really nice game. He stepped up his game. You could tell maybe he took that Seattle game a little personal and came in and really played well. Maybe Gates coming back got lit a fire in his ass. Feliciano had a really, really nice game. Man, I just don't like doing the super chats. I appreciate it though. Appreciate it. I just don't like doing the super chats. I just don't like the way super chats are on this service. It just if you want to tip somebody, if you want to give somebody a tip or a donation, whatever, you give it to them. You leave them. You write them a note. You can do it on a Cash App. You can do it on PayPal. You leave them a note. You say what you feel. To me, the super chat thing is it puts it in people's faces. It makes you feel like you have to do it. If you want to give, you're more than welcome to give. And don't get me wrong, nobody appreciates more than Pizzle when people gives. But I don't like the super chat because I don't like. I just feel like it does it's not it's just not the right way to be. I just don't feel like. I watch a lot of streams on here just like anybody else and they're so dominated by super chats. And I think that's unfair to a lot of the viewers. Truth be told. But no, I appreciate it. I do too, Christopher. I don't know I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll see. I wish we had Bellinger. I wish we had Neal. I wish we had McKinney. I wish we had the whole thing. But guess what? That's football. The Cowboys are going to wish they probably had somebody as well. Look at Belton in the box. Belton's in the box for this, and it's all because the Giants linebackers lack speed, and Martindale knows this, and he's got to get one of the safeties to get in the box to create some speed there. I mean, just monster sack here. Dexter Lawrence out of his mind. Out of his mind. Watch Dexter Lawrence right here. Get out of the way. Get off of me. Leonard Williams cleans it up with him. Monster. I mean, look, yeah, and honestly, Jamil, no disrespect to Phillips. He hasn't been, I don't think he's been terrible. I mean, this is just a crazy play. I mean, just a crazy. He hasn't been terrible by any means, right? Just Evan Neal's been really good a lot this year. Oh, you got to pay Dexter. Look, there's Belton's missed tackle right there. That was big. This play right here is what I was talking about. A lot of what you saw in Iowa. Let me back this up. I know I don't usually do this, but let me back this up. This is a lot of what you've seen from Iowa from Belton right here. And again, he didn't have a bad game on Sunday, but You could see this is the type of stuff that he would do that messed up him as a prospect. You see that? He overplayed that right there. Just playing too fast. But again, I don't want to be hard on Belton. I'll be honest with you. Martindale had him playing line, in the box. He might have been a little gassed. He could have been, he could have been a little gassed there. He could have been a little gassed. There's no question. I mean, Martindale asked him to do a lot. Nice play by Holmes. Darnay Holmes had a pretty good game on Sunday watching this back. He made some really nice tackles. Kayvon. Yep. Watch Kayvon set this edge right here. Watch Kayvon sets it right there. Boom. Lyndon Williams cleans it up. Of course, a flag on the play. Probably not, Carlos. I'm probably going to do I'm probably going to do a couple more streams this year. But for some reason when I stream it's bad luck. I don't know why. Obviously we're going to go to the playoffs, but I'm pretty much set in stone that wherever we go, first game in the playoffs, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go to that game. If it's in Philly, if we play Philly first round, there's no question I'm going to Philly. If we go to Tampa, hell, he might even have a home game. Who knows, right? Seattle's the only one that I would be a little iffy on if I would go to that. Not that I would be afraid to go to Seattle. I just hate to fly that long, to be quite honest with you. But I've been told that Seattle's a great place to go watch a game. So after the Giants defense creates that turnover, the offense can't get anything really going. They got to give the ball right back to them. And again, if you look at those plays that the Giants just did, very, very vanilla. Very vanilla. I think they felt like they had this game not necessarily in full control, but yeah, Chris, I've pretty much said to myself that I've got to go a playoff game. I've got no excuse to not go to a playoff game. I've been sitting here for the last 10 years, killing myself, being upset about the Giants, and for them to get right back into the playoffs, I got to be there, man. I got to be there. It's like the feeling I had when they wore the Color Rush jerseys in Philly. It was like their first kind of throwback jerseys, and dating back to the 80s, and I said, I got to be there. I have to be there. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going. So I went. Jack, that's something that I think Fisk and I will probably may talk about tomorrow about Pro Bowlers. I mean, it's still, a long ways to go, but I think the Giants are damn near looking at almost 6 Pro Bowlers on this team. Well, let me back up. That list was including Xavier McKinney, and I don't think that's going to happen now, obviously. So maybe like 5. I think there's 5. I mean, I think Saquon's for sure a Pro Bowler. I think Andrew Thomas is a Pro Bowler. Dexter Lawrence for sure is a Pro Bowler. I hate to say Daniel Jones might be a Pro Bowler. As crazy as that might sound, he might be a Pro Bowler. Appreciate you, Cal. Love you too, buddy. It's a Giants type of play right here from the Texans. Oh, Carlos, if we host a playoff game in Jersey, I will definitely be making a public service announcement that I will be in Jersey. I really want to go to a home game. I do. I just want to. I know that where the Giants are going, and I just want to save up my money. And I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Ultimately, this play didn't count because they brought it back, if I remember correctly. That's actually a really nice throw. Lands in between. See, and Belton. See, going back to that play, doesn't it just seem like Belton's late? Like it's like he's gassed. It's like he's gassed in this part of the game. And then he makes that play. It's like they try to go right back to it. Isn't that crazy? It's like they try to go right back to the same damn play they just had success with. And as much as this throw is obviously nice play from the back end, but look who affects this. Dexter Lawrence. You see that? Guys? Dexter Lawrence gets in Mills' face, has him, throws that thing up. And I know Belton gets the credit, but that's Dexter Lawrence's INT. Is what that is. That's Dexter Lawrence's INT. But yeah, I would love to go to multiple playoff games this year, to quite honest with you. And honestly, great run by Saquon here. Honestly, sincerely, I enjoy going to road games more than I do home games. I love the shit talk. I love the I love being outnumbered. I just love it. The home games that I've went to, it's almost like it's too easy. It's not that I get bored, and I love meeting other Giant fans, slapping high fives and doing all that, but it's almost like it's just too easy. Oh, 100% Cal. They control their own destiny. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got you, Afghanistan. Absolutely. I don't know what it is, man. I love road games. Really like this play from Daniel. I just kind of wish, I know he's fighting for yardage, man. I think this is the reason why this team loves him so much, because he just doesn't give a shit, man. But I want him to protect himself. Damn, there's a lot of Giant fans that don't even deserve that dude, and love just love his heart and effort there. But no, I love road games, man. I just really do. I've been to a shit ton of road games now, and they're always fun. See, these are just vanilla run plays. And obviously late in the game, burning some clock. But look at the set. It's just vanilla. It's just basic. This was a vanilla game plan. Look at the pocket. Honestly, I know he takes a sack here, but this wasn't a bad sack because it keeps the clock running. I think Daniel knew what was going on here and took this sack. I really do. I believe that, because he could have got rid of that at any moment, and he's been getting rid of it. But he didn't, and he didn't turn the ball over. Couple penalties there. Oh, absolutely, Alex. I don't even know how many turnovers. I don't even know how. Do you guys know off the top of your head how many turnovers Daniel has this year? It ain't many. But it's clearly not. To me, it's not been a problem at all. It's not like some outrageous number that you're like, oh, I can't believe he's turned it over 16 times already, you know? Omega says 2, maybe 4. I mean, if you told me 2 or 4, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, maybe count them on one hand. Maybe count them on one hand. So, okay, so yeah, go. So you're saying he has 4, and one of them was just bullshit, basically. So really, he's got 3. Really, he's got 3. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Yeah, you're right. 2 of those was in the damn Tennessee game. You're right. Got a runny nose. This is where Mills picked up all his yardage. Now I'm figuring out how he threw for 300 yards. He picked up all this yardage late in the fourth and these fourth quarter gains here. This is and then the Seals. Yep, Seals fell in the Cowboys game. That was a turnover. So it was. So you're saying the big turnovers, or the only turnovers really, was the 2 in Tennessee, and then the 1 to Seals. I don't see where he got all Mills got all his. See, Fabian hasn't done that. That was a little bit of a lazy tackle effort right there from him. He could do better than that. No, no. Honestly, Cal, that's what I said. It's like the least productive, uninspiring 300-yard passing performance I think I've ever seen. Giants defense kind of looks a little tired here. They look tired here. Hands on hips. Guys are missing tackles. They look a little worn out there. Nice play. Nice play by Dory. In the past, Carlos, I've either had a friend pick me up, or rented a car. Pizzle's not an Uber guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up in an era. I grew up in an era where they told you not to get in cars with strangers. Okay, and now everybody's getting in a car with a stranger. And I'm gonna tell you what, Pizzle, we don't. I don't get in a car with a stranger. I'll be honest with you. That's never been my move. Doesn't mean I'm scared. Just means I come from an era where they told me not to get in a car with a stranger. Here's some more of this yard pickup right here. See, the defense just looks tired right here, don't it? They just look tired. Well, Kayvon came out like a gun shot out of a cannon there. They just look tired. Oh no! And when that time comes, Carlos, I'm definitely going to be letting everybody know about it. Don't worry. I ain't going to sneak up to Jersey or Philly and not tell nobody. Believe you me. Oh no, Cal. He's having a stellar season, and it is being acknowledged. There's a lot of people talking about how great Adoree Jackson's playing. I honestly think that a lot of people just expected it from Adoree. I didn't expect it. Defense just looks tired to me here. Mills can't connect. He can't connect to save his life. He can't connect. Oh, dude, the Bradbury thing is so silly. I don't even know why Bradbury even gets brought up in the Giants. I don't know why the Giants and Bradbury gets brought up in the same sentence anymore. Monroe and or Fabian and Adoree has been great for us this year. They've been great. And remember, we were really worried about because we thought Robinson was going to be out there. Everybody was crying about that. But Fabian's came in and did his thing. Here's the onside kick. Giants obviously get that done there. Oh, Afghan, you're exactly right, man. The less you mention a corner, the better it is. At this point, the Giants is milking that clock. Jumbo sets again. They got guys' hands on hips there. You're right. Yeah, he did. He did. Robinson was. I was rooting for Robinson, man. I really was. That's another Gettleman guy, and I was rooting for him, man. And I still think there's a possibility. Man, I know there's a size mismatch right here, but look at the Zudu sending my man to another dementia right here. Boom. Saquon staying in bounds, keeping the clock running. Another jumbo set here. Oh yeah, I like this draft because I don't I like to give Gettleman his credit, but so far I don't have nothing bad to say about Joe Shane. I really don't. I don't have anything bad to say about him. I think they got the Darius Slayton thing wrong, and Darius Slayton has proved them right. Right? They maybe the reports are true. Maybe he was about to get cut. Maybe he was about to get traded. And, maybe that's why he took a pay cut. Whatever. But nevertheless, that's the one of the things that they got wrong, and we're gonna see if not trading for a receiver. We're gonna see how that all pans out, right? Um, but I'm I can't be just more happy about this game. Man, I gotta be honest, Cal. I got Mark Home. That guy is such a fucking bum that I'm literally starting to lose interest out of him. I'm losing interest. I'm actually it's yeah. I wish you guys knew how bad it was behind the scenes. I wish you guys really knew. Mark has even had, and I'm not going to say any names. Mark has even had guys who are his right hand men reach out to me and say, Mark is full of shit. You know that, right? Like he is. I've even had that. I've had those guys reach out to me, and that's a real thing. And I've been like, yeah, man, your boy's brain dead. He's fucking brain dead. And I hate to say that because there are people that legitimately are brain dead that don't deserve to be brain dead. I see where Mills got all his passing yards now. I can't disclose that, Frank. Cannot disclose that. I have that information, but I cannot disclose it in a live chat or an All-22 stream. Oh. How did he not fumble this? Listen. I can't say what I want to say about that, Carlos, but I'll tell you this: whatever he's ever gotten into, it smells like fucking fish. It smells like Captain D's. It smells like Red Lobster. It ain't good shit. I can tell you that right now. And that's your ball game, folks. That's your ball game. And this is not a game. And this, watching this game back, this is not a game that the Giants, you're going to look back and say, "Oh wow, this was an amazing performance, right? This was spectacular performance. This is one for the ages." It's just games that the Giants are not. There's no BS with it. There's no BS. They're just going out there and doing their jobs and beating teams that they're supposed to beat. Look, man, that's just. I mean, come on, man. Like I'm all for my dudes out there getting with good looking women and scoring. Hey, I've often told buddies of mine, like, damn, that you really what you doing with that? Like, but let's be honest, if whatever Michael's getting this, you can get that at Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just go down and get that shit. But anyways, yeah, just a solid game from the Giants. No big dramatic things happened in this game, and um, just got the job done. Got the win. Um, I appreciate that. Cal. The biggest thing, man, is if you can get a good laugh and enjoy some football content too at the same time, man. That's what it's all about. Have some good fun. Listen, if you really want some good fun, listen to me. Um, tomorrow night, the Giants Outsiders podcast. We're gonna. I mean, I'm gonna be like. I'm not gonna say I don't want to make light of it, but let's just say Fist better bring some fucking protection. I mean, he's gonna take. It's gonna be biblical. It really. We're coming balls deep for him. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to chat it up with them, mix it up with them a little bit. And then we've got this Lions game coming up that is going to be sneaky. We'll talk about that at some point in a video. And then we're going to be real quick with the Cowboy game, right? Because that's coming right at Thanksgiving. And so it's just it's so amazing and so great that the Giants are 7-2 after 9 games, 10 weeks into the year. We're competing. We're not talking about the draft. We're not worried about next year or season's not over. We're talking about competing for a number 1 seed. Like is that not crazy to think about? 8 Eastern, Christopher, it will be on the Fist Vegas Blue channel. And it will be 7 Central, 8 Eastern tomorrow night. But we're talking, we've been having to talk about the Giant season being over in October, at the end of October for the last several years. And here we are talking about competing for the number 1 seed in the NFC. It's nuts to me. It's crazy. I'm all in. I mean, you want to talk about I've joked about this before about being reeled in, right? During watching games, being just reeled in. This team has got me reeled into this whole damn season, hook, line, and sinkered. And I'm being reeled in big time on this. And the great thing about this year is my expectations. I tempered my expectations. And so whatever they give me, I will fucking appreciate regardless. And next year, I will hold them to a much higher standard and expect something big from them next year. But this season, I am in it for whatever they want to give me at this point. And obviously, do I want them to lose every game here on it? No, and that would be awful. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm basically getting at is just, if they get to the playoffs and they win a playoff game, to me, it's house money. I want them to obviously go to the Super Bowl, do something special, do something great. But I'm just glad to be competing up at the top, right? I'm just so um I'm so glad to be about be in the contention of that. Um oh Afghan. Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna you just wait. You just wait. All I got to say is be there tomorrow night. It's gonna be fantastic. But no, I'm just so thankful and appreciative of this season, and I'm having a great time. So appreciate you guys joining me tonight, checking out the stream. Ran it a little late tonight. Um, appreciate all you guys for the support in the channel, as you always do, watching the content, your comments, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. I'm having so much fun this year, man. Not just because the Giants are doing good, just because I've made a lot of fun content, and it's been thanks to a lot of you guys. As dumbass would say, without you, literally none of this works. I mean, literally none of this works at all. Good people. You guys have a good rest of your night. I hope you sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.